Sweden brought Viktor Gyökeres and Alexander Isak to this World Cup, two of the most lethal strikers in European football. And France still kept a clean sheet, still scored 3, still looked like they weren't even trying. This wasn't a football match. It was a warning. Let's be honest. Before this game, people were debating whether France were actually as good as their squad on paper suggested. Mbappe had been carrying quiet questions, inconsistent, out of sync, not quite the force of nature everyone expected. Then June 30th happened. France put Sweden away 3-0 and didn't even break a sweat doing it. 61% possession, 25 shots, 13 on target. Sweden's goalkeeper made 10 saves and still ended up on the losing side by 3 goals. 10 saves. In a game, his team lost 3-0. That's not France being lucky. That's France being relentless. So here's what I want to know. Are we actually watching the team that wins this entire tournament? Because right now, I'm not sure anyone has an answer to them. Start with the numbers because the numbers are genuinely alarming. 25 shots against 8. That's not a match. That's target practice. Sweden are not a weak side. Gyökeres finished the club season as one of the top scorers in Europe. Isak has been a consistent Premier League performer for years. These aren't players who get dominated lightly, and yet France's defensive shape was so suffocating that Sweden managed just 8 total shots, 3 on target, across 90 minutes. Most teams that face France come in with a plan to frustrate them, to sit deep, to hit on the counter. Sweden tried exactly that. France broke them down anyway. That's the detail that matters. France aren't just beating teams who come out to play. They're beating teams who try to be compact. They're beating teams who bring elite forwards. The model is working, and it is working convincingly. Here's the question that everyone is avoiding. If France's defensive structure is this tight and their attacking output is this high at the same time, what exactly does a team need to do to beat them? Nobody has found that answer yet, and that should terrify the other 47 nations still in this tournament. Now let's talk about Kylian Mbappe, because this game changed something in the conversation around him. There has been a running narrative in this World Cup that Mbappe hasn't been the dominant force people expected. He's been involved, yes, he's been dangerous, but there was a feeling that he wasn't quite imposing himself on games the way a player of his profile should. Against Sweden, that changed. France's attack didn't just produce goals, it produced goals at the right moments. First goal on the stroke of halftime, second goal 8 minutes into the second half, third goal at 74 minutes. That's not random. That's a team that knows exactly when to turn the pressure up and when to finish the job. Mbappe is the engine of that. His movement pulls defenders, creates space, and forces goalkeepers into decisions they don't want to make. Sweden's goalkeeper made 10 saves. How many of those saves were forced by movements that started with Mbappe pulling the defensive shape apart? That's the part the stats don't capture. But if you watched this game, you felt it. France aren't just dangerous in moments. With Mbappe in this form, they're dangerous continuously. And continuous danger is the hardest thing to defend against in knockout football. Now here's what nobody is talking about. Everyone is focusing on France's attack, and fairly so, but the most important number from this game isn't the 3 goals. It's the 10 saves Sweden's goalkeeper had to make just to keep the scoreline at 3. Think about what that means. France hit the target 13 times. Sweden's keeper stopped 10 of them. If the goalkeeper has an average game instead of a heroic one, this ends 5 or 6-0. France aren't just winning, they're winning while leaving goals on the table. The truly dangerous teams at a World Cup aren't the ones who score every chance. They're the ones who create so many chances that even a good day from the opposition goalkeeper can't stop them. France have become that team. And here's the part that makes every remaining nation uncomfortable. France haven't even needed Mbappe to be at his absolute ceiling to produce these numbers. When he hits his ceiling, and at some point in this tournament, the scorelines stop being 3-0. They start becoming historic. France are the best team at this World Cup. Not a contender, not a favorite, alongside 3 others. The best. Their defensive record is elite. Their attacking volume is elite. Their squad depth, shown by those 5 substitutions against Sweden, is elite. And Mbappe, at his best, is still the single most difficult individual problem any defense in world football has to solve. If another team beats France in this tournament, it will be the upset of the decade. I'm not hedging on that. France are going to the final. The only real question left is who's brave enough to stand in front of them when they get there. If France keep performing like this, we're going to have a lot to break down in the coming weeks. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a single breakdown as this tournament gets deeper and the stakes get higher. Hit the bell. We go live every time something worth analyzing happens.